It is 8:02. Do you know where your toys are? What's going on, YouTube? It's your boy Yimbo, and welcome back to my channel. Yimbo Reviews Everything, and this is my Sunday night podcast where we talk about life and toys, and we have a lot of awesome toys to talk about tonight. So in a little bit, I'm going to be joined by Toy Father and No Chewing. As they pop in, I will be popping them on, but tonight has been, even today, or at least the last couple of hours, have been all about the Kickstarter campaign, the Cursed Dead. So tonight, over on Brick Something is Adam, aka Playing With Myself, and tonight over here we have Phil Ramirez. So I'm going to bring him in right now. What is going on, Phil? How you doing, man?
How's it going? How you doing?
So congratulations. I mean, again, I know we still have 13 days for the official. Hopefully, get over that line.
You too soon, dude.
No, but just in general, like this is like you're not the first Kickstarter campaign I've spoken to. Like it's so much work. It's so much work. And then of course, with your history in toys that I told you, like I definitely want to dive into.
Yeah.
So where should we start? Do you want to just do you want me to just boom? Because like this is what this is all about.
Fire it at me. Whatever.
All right, let's do this. Okay.
Answer questions and talk about whatever, man.
And here's one of my other Toy Daddies. Here he is. So there's no chewing.
What's up? Sorry I'm late.
No worries. Yo, we're happy you're here. So yeah, I figure let's just jump in, let the people know what we're dealing with, and then we're going to talk to Phil and hear about his history in the toy worlds, toy industry. So yeah, the Cursed Dead. We are now 13 days left. So it's really fascinating. Like it is a really interesting line. Again, I know you guys have been making the rounds, and yeah, I mean, like it's really rad. I love that you guys went in with both basic and deluxe options. And then this way I'll get into some of your plans for future soft goods and things along that nature. But So you and Adam have been a little tandem tag team for many years now, right? So how did the Cursed Dead?
Well, Adam and Josh is the other guy. Okay. Josh and his brother Jesse Falcon. I've known them for 30 years now, almost, and it's like they're my closest, like brothers to me. Yeah. And Jesse works for Disney. He's like the Marvel liaison, and he's doing a million things at once. Yeah. And his brother and I've just kind of collaborated on stuff all since we've known each other. Mm-hmm. And he does toy design or sound design for various toy companies, like the chips inside of toys that talk. He's the guy that does the recording and sets everything up. Oh, that's awesome. And Adam I've known forever. Like I don't remember the first time I met Adam. I'm sure he annoyed me when I first met him. He and I have been buddies forever. We've always talked about doing this, and he has the knowledge and a skill set that I don't have, which is to he's run a Kickstarter before. He's also like good with people. Mm-hmm. I'm a isolated weirdo, and and we've always talked about doing toys together. So this kind of I've had this idea for a long time, and we kind of honed it in to basically like be an everything concept, which is it's its own thing. It's its own story. Each individual figure has its own story. The concept is like if it was like a television show, and every episode is a new story of a new monster, like a B-movie short. And also these things could live within the world of anybody's collection as just bad guys, because not a lot of times the bad guys are peg warmers. Sometimes, generally not. They've always been my favorite though.
Yeah.
In my perfect world, get that vibe, especially from Drinker. Totally get that vibe.
As long as I've just wanted to make monsters my entire life. So, and I've done everything but I've also done quite a bit of monsters, and this is kind of our jump off. And there was a familiarity, of course, a potential people know exactly what they're looking at. You know, there's definitely a familiarity of like, oh, I'm a person that collects vampires, I'm a person that collects this kind of thing. And I thought we tried to make it without creating a brand new IP, try to make something that was accessible to a lot of people. And I mean, so much cool stuff is already out there. You kind of are limited to what you can do.
Yeah, no, but I like that approach to it. And like you're saying, like, all of these can find spots in someone's action figure collection. You know, again, like you want a horde of vampires to kind of fill out. I'm thinking Mythic Legions, Marvel Legends, you know, like you want to have a Moreland crew.
I mean, when I look at the Drinker, I my mind like drops in shades of green instead of the gray, and it becomes like a goblin figure.
Yeah, it's got, I gave it goblin kind of wolf parts to it too. Like, if we get into the whole anatomy of the figure, hey, what's up?
Hey, how's it going?
Yeah, here's Chris, our third and final Toy Daddy for the evening, Phil.
We like to keep people waiting.
Yeah, exactly. Gonna show up every 10 minutes.
Yeah, can you just redo the last 10 minutes again?
So in a recap, basically, I was
joking.
Previously on Cursed Dead.
Exactly. No, but like we went into the articulation on this thing's nuts. Like there is a lot of articulation in it. And because we made a monster, I designed it to be very textural, so that every time we painted it a different color, it could be something else. So in some cases, it looks like dried skin. Some cases, it looks like vines and plant life. Other cases, it looks like broken and dried stuff. In future things, it could look like, you know, scales. So, but we broke it up, and I designed it so that it hid all the articulation. So yeah, that was the design behind it. But also to what we originally were saying, so I'm spinning out here. There is some wolf stuff in there. Yeah, because
it looks like the jackal from Spider-Man.
I can see that.
Oh yeah.
There's a lot of, and it depends on which head you're looking at as well. The Drinker comes with 3 heads. The smiling one, which is very jackal-like. The open mouth one, which is a little more vampire-y, wolfy, and then the skull head, which is just my take on like making a cool skull, because I've made a lot of skulls for a lot of figures in my time. So I've got a pretty good understanding of how the skull works.
Does it cool. Is it, have you done enough, like, is it still give you the thrill to design a new one, a new take on it?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Because I mean, I've done a lot of skulls, dude. A lot of critters and just I mean, God, the last time I did a skull was for Mondo. I did a Keldor skull.
Oh, cool.
Okay.
Oh, cool.
And another, no, I didn't do the Keldor skull for Mattel. I just did the head. But yeah, I've done a lot of skulls. So this one was mine, so I wanted to go a little further, give it a little more personality, even though, you know, skulls aren't supposed to have personality.
No, but they need it.
Yeah, exactly. I angled the brow so that it gave it some personality.
Yeah.
And did you see you guys? Are you all Mythic Legions fans?
Oh yeah.
So Beardy, do you know who Beardy is? Beardy works with Adam.
Name. Yeah.
He's an amazing painter, like incredible, and also sweetheart of a man. But he painted one of the skulls, and in our Instagram, we put it on a Mythic Legions skeleton figure. It looks pretty damn cool. I caught that one just the other day. It should be pretty close up to the top. Oh, there it is, right there.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So it's yeah.
Oh wow, look at that.
It's to show that it can be modular and like you can customize. I mean, I'm a big fan of like the customizers. Hey, sorry, my dog's spazzing out.
All good.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of customizers and like the fact that people are making such cool stuff. Like we wanted to have that as part of the figures as well.
Yeah, no, that again, I know the three of us also, as well as the people that chat, our wonderful friends. I will be saying hi to everybody real quick, Phil, if you don't mind.
Oh, sure.
But yeah, no, that looks fantastic, dude. Like, seriously, that's. Ooh. And now, did that just pop on there, or is that little blue tag?
I don't know how much work it took, but I doubt it took a lot.
Yeah, that looks so good. And the size-wise, the scale.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
So here we
really
go.
Like that.
Yeah. So here we go. We have some buddies in the house. So let's just say hi real fast. Here's Nerd88. Happy Sunday, everybody. Here's Trix Blast. Sassin here. What's up, Amateur Hour? Cal the Collector. Here's our boy Machu Toy. 8:03. It is 8:13. All right, Matt. Yeah, 10 minutes. 10-minute delay.
Not bad.
Not right. It's been worse. It's been worse.
That's
KJ
good.
Smith's in the house. What's up, dude? TJ Wibbs is here. Wing or Lose. Rel Collects. Our boy Josh Brown. Literally Action Figures. So happy to have all you guys here. Here's Nameless Void 53. Here's our boy Cody. What's going on? Hello, Phil. What a legend. Here's Shroomies here. Happy Sunday. Ray Paz. Highly articulated. And ahoy to J-Shot. Because you guys were just on Between Two Sentinels this Wednesday. If you remember, Phil. Again, I know it's...
Phil, do you do a
All
lot
over
of
the
these live streams? Like before the campaign, did you do a lot of this?
Never.
Never?
I did Toy Migos once.
After,
no one's ever asked me.
After all the experience you've gotten through Cursed Dead, how do you feel about it now?
About what, the live streams?
Yeah, I guess.
Oh no, I mean I've never like I've always, if anyone ever asked me, I would have done it. I think it's cool. I like talking to people about this stuff, and you know, sometimes I'll get I've been on a couple where they ask me about old stuff, and I love talking about this stuff. I like it. It's cool.
Yeah,
and the people are freaking nice. Everybody's cool. We went to like a meetup at Frankensons, and like I just met like random people, and they were all so sweet. Everybody was super cool.
That's right. So actually, that's a great.
Was that
how
today?
Was it? That was yesterday.
Yeah,
that was yesterday.
Yeah, and then we went to all of us kind of went to, me and Adam and Wade and his crew. All went to another toy show by a group called Toy Depot in La Mirada. That was an awesome old school toy show. Like I haven't been to one of those in forever.
Yeah.
So much old stuff, and like stuff that I made, but I couldn't afford to rebuy.
Yeah.
Like if I had my druthers, I would have walked out of there with like $1,000 lost.
Yeah.
Which you know, you go to enough toy shows, that happens. And
Yeah, exactly. Adam walked out of there done, dude. He got it. I didn't want to spend any money, and he comes out with just a bag of stuff. I'm like, dude, you're nuts.
And it just goes straight to his garage.
Yeah, exactly.
You go into a con saying, I'm not going to buy anything. You know, I'm just
exactly.
Cool. I'm just going to hang out with people. And you walk out with like 2 bags. And
I've been able to control myself. I mean, yeah, the things I wanted to buy, I did these biker mice from Mars that were like 12 inches tall. Like when I was, I was 25, I think. And they had them all. They had 2 of them there. They were $300 a piece, and they were in the boxes. And I was like, "Oh man, don't do it, dude! You're gonna have it." It's just like, I couldn't do it. But they look.
So that's really interesting to hear. Like some of your work, it sounds like you obviously don't keep any of like a lot of it, or don't have a lot.
No, what happened was when I first started, I worked for a company called Varner Studios, and I started when I was 17. And like ended when I was about 24, 25. And I apparently was the only person in there that wasn't like just nabbing stuff. Everybody took like prototypes. I didn't take anything. Like I have like a couple originals. Like I have two unproduced Toxic Avenger heads and the last turtle that which is an elf clay that never got made. And then that's it. I have like, I think a Damonite that I did for Wildcats and a Grifter from Wildcats. And that's it. Everyone else I know was like taking stuff. And I was like, I didn't even think to do it. I was so dumb.
Well, otherwise,
you're like, guys, we're not supposed to steal it.
Yeah, exactly. I was like,
company policy, guys.
Yeah,
I mean,
I literally was
otherwise,
like, I took originals because I was like, I'll cast another one so that
Yeah.
I'm not taking something that it cannot be replaced.
Right.
But everyone else is just like mobbing stuff.
I mean, if you don't take it, otherwise, typically toy companies don't they put it in like a crusher? So
Yeah,
where's
no.
the proof to be
No,
like, where are these gonna go?
Have you ever been to Marvel Varner's booth at like Comic-Con? He's got all the prototypes of like all the OG turtles.
Oh man.
Yeah, those are cool. They're worth a good amount of money, I've heard. I didn't cash in on it.
Yeah.
Everyone else did. People that didn't sculpt the stuff made loot. I didn't do any of that.
Oh, so they sold it afterwards.
Yeah.
Oh,
To collectors.
I thought it would be like.
I've heard the numbers. It's pretty wild. I didn't. Unfortunately, I didn't get involved in any of it.
Yeah.
Wow. You know, you're talking to three guys that we would have also been like, I'm too uncomfortable. I can't.
Whoa. Given the opportunity.
Yeah.
All right, maybe two-thirds of us.
Put me in the
Somebody's got
room.
sticky fingers? Who's got the sticky fingers?
Given the choice, who knows?
Yeah, no, it was there was so much stuff.
Yeah.
But I didn't have any of it. I didn't get, and we didn't like the product wasn't like given to us. Like when I started working for Toy Biz, I have like first shots, product, and then I have all my castings and my painted prototypes. Because I was working for myself, I started my own company, and then it was mine. You know what I mean? So I have all that stuff, but the stuff I did before I started on my own, it's all someone else's. So if I want to get it, I have to go buy it.
So from where you started to now,
there you go.
Like, were you always into horror? Like, has this been something that you've always been like?
Yeah, I've been
the end game of maybe not end game, but like. This is where I really wanted to like concentrate.
Like I said, I've always wanted to just make monsters. I mean, I've been drawing monsters since I was a kid. My parents thought it would be funny to show me really insane horror movies when I was very little, which scarred me to a point where it did enough emotional damage to where I permanently am like able to conjure monsters pretty easily. Yeah,
I didn't mean to laugh at childhood trauma, by the way. It's just that in talking about our
dude, my uncle.
I didn't even get into the wooden spoon stuff before.
Dude, my uncle used to. Are you familiar with Tor Johnson?
Tor Johnson?
It's an old Ed Wood movie, Planet 9 from Outer Space or something. It's an old movie. The guy looks like me. He's a big, bald, fat-headed guy. My uncle used to wear that mask and scare the crap out of me all the time.
Oh my gosh!
So, and that was, they did their damage.
I remember seeing Dr. Giggles at an early age. That messed me up.
I've seen a lot of the stuff, but I always wanted to make monsters, but the way I got into the toy industry was just kind of by luck.
Well, and we've referenced it a little bit, but I love hearing all three of us. We love hearing origin stories, like I was saying before, Phil.
Yeah.
So 17 years old. Yeah. Like how did your whole toy journey begin? Like how did that?
This is like the 80s, and I was super into toys and still going and buying them, even when in high school, which was like sketch city because my Toys R Us was close to my high school. So I was like, secret snake running around, like hiding, getting the stuff done. Didn't want to run into anybody.
Solid snake.
Yeah. But I was a huge toy fan always. And my brother's best friend at the time lived next door to Eddie Mosqueda, who is the other half of Warner Studios. And he heard about me, and we kind of grew up in the same neighborhood. And he was like, "Oh, let me show this guy the stuff." He heard that I did, I drew and I painted lead miniatures because D&D, and because I was that cool. And
you're speaking our language. Yeah, this is
and then I got the tour. I couldn't believe that I had no concept of it. Like, holy crap! I walk in and there's just like everything. They're literally working on Ninja Turtles. They have the Toxic Avenger Pluto in the middle of the studio, the big dinosaur, And I was just like, holy crap, this is blew my mind. And they offered me a job basically as like a all around cleanup guy and mold maker if I wanted. And then like, if they had extra stuff, I would do that. Wow. And I did that. And one day they had nothing for me to do. And they said, hey, you want to try sculpting? And I was like, sure, I'll try it. I was cleaning castings and breathing in poison and working with poison for a good amount of time. And the first thing I sculpted was they had a giant Toxic Avenger mask that people would wear to do like promo stuff.
Yeah.
And they wanted me to make it this big for a mop, like a kid's mop that they would like. It was a light up mop that kids could pretend to be Toxic Avenger.
Okay.
It never got made. And that green
sounds fun though.
the green thing that they were making the thing out of was like wild poison. Like,
was it made of asbestos? Is that what it was?
It might as well have been. It was crazy. The smell would like they'd have to like run it and then take it outside, and because it was so the smell was crazy. We were working with things that were like, yeah, we figure it'll work. Are you able to use it around? I don't think OSHA was around then. You know what I mean? Like it was just kind of like make it happen. And so then I started there. I was a sculptor, and then I was a full-time sculptor. And I worked there for about 4 years. Met my best friend, who I always just thought this is just a job. You know what I mean? Like I couldn't imagine being a professional like commercial artist or anything like that. So I was just like, this is a job. Then I met my best friend at the time, who was like this dude who just worked at a comic book shop and loved this stuff so much. Mm-hmm. And he kind of like made me realize like, oh wow, I could like maybe have a career at this. Yeah. And we started our own thing, and he got scratched at a baseball game, and within our first 2 weeks of being on our own, he passed away.
Oh jeez.
Oh.
So my first figure he worked on, but we didn't like finish it together because he was like in the hospital. And that was how my career started. And then from there I left Varner kind of unceremoniously and started my own thing.
Wow.
Yeah.
All right.
Wow.
I'm sorry about that. I know,
that's the story. That's my after school special.
Yeah. But like you took that, all of that, like I'm sure hurt and just.
I was also homeless
but
at
like
the time.
in the love.
I didn't have a house, dude. It was a weird time.
Man.
Yeah, it's a pretty gnarly story.
So then you obviously like crawled out of that, but how long did it take you to like get to where you are now, like in terms of just?
Not long. I worked at McFarlane. That's who we were working for. That was our first gig. He had connections to get in there because of the comic.
What year was that?
95.
Wow.
Oh, okay.
And so we worked on first the second wave of Spawn figures and the Youngblood figures, and they sent me to New Jersey to help out, kind of getting the stuff ready for Toy Fair. And I put a portfolio together because I wanted to work for Marvel. Like that was my jam. Like I love Marvel. So I got a meeting at Toy Biz, showed them my stuff, and that's where I met Falcon and Joanne McLaughlin, and they gave me a shot. And as soon as I got it, I just ran with it full speed. I had a place at that point, so I was just like making it happen.
Yeah.
And then it was just like from there on, I was just busy as hell. I was working awesome. 13 to 20 hours a day and like loving every minute of it.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah. So I did that for many, many years. Now it's been like 34, 35 years.
Yeah, coming up on 35, right?
Yeah.
Wow.
I'm
so
old.
No. What are some of your favorite toys that have gone to market that that you worked on?
Oh my God, there's a lot.
Yeah, I'm sure. That's
I love
favorites.
I love the Wildcats line because it was like the first time I got to do superheroes. All like those biker mice were great. Those big ones, those are cool.
Yeah,
it was like when I became the manager of the sculpting department, so I was just in charge doing everything. A bunch of the turtle stuff, you know, like the superhero turtles, and this is just the first 5 years of my career. Like after,
That's awesome.
after like I loved I mean, Toy Biz, I did so many cool figures, man. Like the Thing is like my favorite character. I've done 3 or 4, maybe even 5 things.
Oh my
I've done a
god.
ton of Hulks. I've done a ton of Spider-Man, Wolverine. I've literally sculpted almost every Marvel character there is to be had.
Did you do the face-off Hulk? It was a 2-pack with Leader.
I did the Leader and I did the head for the face-off Hulk.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Hold on.
Yeah.
This guy?
I did that guy. Yeah. He's one of my favorite
This
characters.
guy?
Yeah. That's the head. Both heads. I did both heads.
This has a resurgence right now with Bestly Studio.
Yeah.
Have you heard
That's
about
why
it?
I'm gonna paint him.
Did they scan
For
it?
this
and
guy.
mass produce it, or oh yeah, somebody showed me a put together one that was awesome.
Yeah.
It was like 2 parts
Yeah.
of 2 different figures. Yeah, it's super cool. Yeah, that's pretty badass.
But oh man, this is you.
Oh yeah, so many
Cool.
of the Marvel monsters. Like that was the thing. Like I got to do a lot of the bad guys. It was like I was in heaven essentially.
Yeah.
So I did a lot of that. That was great. Some of the stuff I did for Mondo was really cool, like the He-Man stuff. Lord of the Rings, I got to do the lion's share of the orcs and the goblins and all that for Lord of the Rings for Toy Biz.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Yeah, the most recent thing I did that I liked was the new movie Ninja Turtles for Playmates.
Oh, really?
Okay.
Yeah, I did all the Turtles and I did Rocksteady and Bebop.
Oh man,
I'm
I feel
slowly
bad that I'm sorry, I didn't realize that.
Apparently, I'm all-in collector of your most recent work.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's it is cool to like walk into someone that's a collector's house and be like, I did that. Or you go to like toy shows and just be like, yeah. Renee from Gentle Giant, he's like, he does most of the all the killer Renee Aldrett, if you guys follow him, but he does all like the most modern, like the cool Hasbro Legends figures. And he and I one time went through a Frankensons and we're just like, you did that one, I did that one. You did that one, I did that one. It's very fun.
Well, I mean, you go on what you should do is walk in there and be like, do you want me to sign this? Because I made this. And then they'll give you a discount.
No one's gonna give me a discount. I blend, dude. I think someone asked me to sign something once, and I was like, I think it's gonna devalue your toy.
Well, it's true. Like, do they put the credit of the sculptor on
Generally not
at all? No.
For some of the Diamond Select stuff I did, sometimes they'd put it on, sometimes they wouldn't. But like the ones that I was like most proud of, I don't think they put on. They finally, I think, put on the Thanos I did with Death.
Oh, that was a good one.
I did that. I did the Watcher.
Oh, you did the Watcher.
I did an Iron Man that was that thing they painted with 1,000 different colors. I did Zombie Sabretooth. Yeah, I did a bunch of stuff for them in it, but some of it had my name and some of it didn't. It was kind of like a crapshoot. But generally, I don't have my name on anything.
It says it. You know what? We've spoken to Harry Moore, who does a lot of the box,
The retro cards for Marvel Legends.
The retro cards, right?
Oh yeah.
And you know, we had that same thing. It would be nice to also have your names on these.
Yeah, I mean,
like I know it's a little spot, but it means something. It's your name, you know.
I understand it. I get it, and
Yeah.
I know a lot of guys that like were really pushing for that. But at the time, and I mean, don't get me wrong. In retrospect, I should have done things a lot differently because I knew the Four Horsemen when they were just a bunch of guys working out of a shop, and they did such a great job of like marketing themselves and branding themselves. And I didn't want any part of that, but I should have because I think they did a great job of it. So in retrospect, I probably should have done that. But I was just like, just pay me and give me work, and that's all I wanted to do.
Sure.
Yeah.
By the way, guys, we have some questions are already coming in. So again, if you have any questions whatsoever for Phil, please put them in the chat. We're starting them off. So I just wanted to shout out Captain McKay saying to this day, again, Face Off Hulk, my favorite classic version of the character. Such a great sculpt.
I just did the head. The body was somebody else. I think I can't remember who it was, but it wasn't me. I just did the heads. I did a lot of that. Like Toy Biz would hire people to do figures, and then the heads would come back a little whatever. Mm-hmm. So they'd have me redo the heads.
Okay. Cody, Too Much New Toys, wants to know, I think you did the pizza tossing turtles. These are the greatest turtles of all time.
Yeah, dude. I was a Big Daddy Roth fan. Mm-hmm. As you can see.
Nice.
Yeah, that's the Ed Roth figure I did.
Wow.
10 years ago that is now available on Amazon from somebody that's bootlegged it and done a pretty poor job of bootlegging it because it's exactly my figure. They just like glued it a couple spots. It's like, wow, you didn't even try.
Yeah, right. Oh my God.
At least change the number of the teeth. I don't know, something. It's all the same.
Let's see. We also have Cody said also Playmates New Mirage Turtles were so good with the Stranger Things figures.
Oh yeah, I did those.
Yeah, that's awesome. Let's see. Someone needs to put stories like Phil's together with other artists that created our childhoods and put them into a book or a documentary. Seriously. Yeah. I'm with you literally. That's great.
We could do that.
You have like so many toys out there. How long does it take you to like do a full sculpt?
Well, I was always fast. So generally, back when I was doing it for real and not with a computer, I could bang out a figure in about, I had people working with me. So like they would do parts, like I'd build the torso and the head and build an arm and a leg, and then they would cut it up and do all the other stuff. Generally, I could bang out a figure in about 4 days. Start to finish, sometimes a week, depending upon how much I wanted to work on it. Mm-hmm. Now with a computer, it's pretty fast. But yeah, I was quick, so I was able to just fire stuff out.
Is that why people like? Is that not normal back in the day? Is that like 4 days, like really quick?
Yeah, I was quick, and it was like now anybody can use a computer, so it's not like I have any special talent anymore. It's just. But in that time, I was very, very quick and accurate. So my stuff
That's what I was about to say. Yeah.
I would get like, to this day, I still have pretty fortunate with, like Disney was always supposed to be tough. I always got first round approval on Disney. Nice. So like, it made sense. Everything kind of made sense. So it was good and fast.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. You have the talent, you had the efficiency.
Yeah.
And then
the eye for it.
Yeah, and then did you just have like, because at the end of the day, we're still people, so you just had this like drive, this motivate to like just because it has to be like that has to be applauded, like that you didn't take it easy.
I was running full speed. I was running full speed away from myself as a young man, so that helps.
I feel you.
That helps the drive.
So in a world where a lot of things are done on the computers now, and the like playing field is kind of level, what gives you the edge? Like how does
there is none.
There is none at all?
No. I mean, I am called now for like problems. Like if something if a company has an issue that's like, we need to get this done quickly and accurately, they'll hit me up. But generally, no, the playing field is pretty even. And I mean, even like overseas, the stuff's getting better and better. So yeah, that's why I'm trying to start a toy company, because in reality, what I have is design ability and things that is different from your average, sculptor. That's just learning or has been doing it on the computer. Like I have 25 years of experience doing it traditionally, and I learned a lot of weird things there. But in terms of the playing field, I see guys that are customizers that are just beasts, man. There's a few guys I follow that I'm just like, wow, these guys should be like making stuff. It's really incredible stuff.
Yeah.
So many talented people. I mean, that's the thing about it. Instagram. I'm constantly reminded, like, oh, geez, I think I might be mediocre at this point. There's so many talented people.
No, don't ever put yourself down. No, that's just like you have a whole lifetime of experience and talent now built in.
Yeah.
You know, like again, like the things that I get your efficiency, your eye, and then again your style. Like there's going to always be those things that are going to separate.
Yeah, that's why
the artists.
that's why I'm trying to pivot, start a toy company,
Yeah.
hopefully work that out, and you know, make stuff that isn't, you know, readily accessible to everybody, and cool stuff. I mean, I want to make weird things. Like
Yeah.
everything. I mean, that's the thing with computers is like everything has gotten so accessible and so good that it's all starting to have like a homogenized look. Like it looks great, but it's like all the same level of great. Whereas style and personality are kind of missing. Like the stuff looks awesome, but there's something that's not quite there, you know? You look at your figure and it doesn't look back at you, if that makes sense.
No, it definitely does.
Yeah. That's what I always did.
Yeah.
I made them look, I wanted them, you know, to look back.
Right.
Yeah.
Well,
that's Chris, if you don't, I was just going to say like something that a question that was going around Instagram this weekend was Mr. Stevie posting a question about like how there are now toy photographers that are using AI to animate their images. So I don't know if you've seen any of that recently.
Maybe I have. I don't know.
Week or two. Yeah. So it's just interesting because it takes a static, you know, a toy picture that we would take, but then it just all of a sudden
it
brings
moves.
it to life. It moves and but it's very interesting because like you said, like there's always then like they're moving, but do they have that the soul to it, you know?
Well,
like
It
AI
has like
is
a
gonna-
haunted feeling too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
It is,
AI,
it's really spooky.
AI is going to be, I mean, they're working on making, I was talking to Wade about this, Unparalleled Universe. They're working on making it like prompts for 3D. Like, and they're going to, I'm curious how they're going to access, I mean, I'm assuming it's just like the computer can like figure out depth and from an image, a flat image. But you're going to be able to pretty soon, I would imagine, be able to be like, I want an action figure of this. Now, the articulation will probably be weird for a very long time, maybe forever. But
Six fingers.
Yeah, well, you get 6 fingers. I think they'll fix that pretty quick.
Yeah.
But you'll have essentially access to just have anything 3D. You know, I want an animated Batman 3D. There's enough of it out there where there's imagery that the computer can take and transfer to 3D. So my job will generally be obsolete, I would say 5-10 years. As someone that works for toy companies, because I mean the last thing anybody that is business minded needs or wants to do is work with a creative. They're just a pain in the ass.
Which is so ridiculous because, and that's what drives me crazy with all of this AI stuff is that it's like, why is it attacking all of our creative pursuits as human beings?
Yeah, it's
like
wild.
I still don't have a thing that can mow my lawn.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I prefer it make me coffee and not take my job.
Right? How about that?
Yeah.
But we do have a great quick comment from Machu Toy that again, Phil is describing, you know, you and what you bring to the table. But again, problem solving can be really valuable. Some people could be really talented, but won't know how to repurpose art for production.
Yeah. I mean, I have a pretty good understanding of production, but it's still jumping ahead so fast.
Literally Action Figure says, Phil, any chance you sculpted half court for TMNT or was that before your time?
The basketball player? No, that was like right when I started. I think I saw that wax on the desk.
Oh, that's so cool.
I think that one was either Alex or Eddie. I think it was Alex. But yeah, those were all like being worked on when I walked in the place the first time.
I bet that wax goes for a lot of money right now.
Yeah.
You should have taken it.
Day one.
Oh, dude. Yeah.
We do have, so I know we talked about, do you think you have your own personal Mount Rushmore? Like, I know you mentioned a lot throughout of ones that you really grab, but if you had 4, like right now, if we gave you a blank check to go pick up these 4 toys in box, do you have any that jumped to mind?
That's totally different from stuff I've made because I like.
That's fair. Okay.
Yeah,
All
so
right.
like Mojo and MODOK from the original Marvel Legends from Toy Biz, I built those and they're huge, and I have the prototypes and they're painted and they look amazing. Okay. They're on my Instagram if anybody wants to see them.
It's ridiculous.
And they look nothing like the production, what happened in production. So I have those already. In terms of, I have like the stuff I was really proud of. I have it all, I think. Those are just kind of like nostalgia bites, member berries, just going for stuff that I remember making as a kid.
So I was just scrolling back, looking. I was just seeing if I could track that down on your on your IG. I don't know how far back the
Mojo is disgusting. I spent a month on Mojo. I told you I could rip through a figure in about 4 to 7 days. I spent a month on Mojo.
What was the challenge with Mojo?
It wasn't a challenge. I just wanted everything to like. I just wanted it to be. There was a couple figures I made that was specifically for. This is going to go on the shelf. Like I want this.
Oh my gosh!
Yeah,
I'm looking at it right now. The Mojo.
Yeah.
The head's right there, right?
That's the head.
That's ridiculous. Keep going down, Nimbo.
Oh, hey.
Okay.
Leader.
Hey,
there you go.
That's my leader.
There you go.
Right there.
In the middle with the X babies. They never got produced as well.
Oh man, those are cool.
Yeah. There was supposed to be an X baby
looking.
Holy jeez, that's amazing.
You can see the range of things I can make. I make cute things and I make really disturbing things.
The Wolverine. That looks I love that Wolverine smile. Yeah, all of these are great. Look at all of them. Look at Thor's expression. He's so happy with himself.
Yeah.
Oh man. What's going on, Wyatt? Thanks for joining us this evening. We have another question now from Captain McKay. Since you enjoy making weird stuff, what was the strangest, most monstrous thing you did with McFarlane or any company?
McFarlane, I didn't really get to do anything crazy. It was in the beginning. Like I was out of there within like 8-9 months. In terms of that stuff that got made, I'd say the grossest thing I made that got made was Baron Zemo's unmasked head for Marvel Legends. Because I went into I had books of like skin diseases and skin grafting and stuff. Wow. And I went and I looked at, I was a big fan of Silence of the Lambs. And I think part 2 had come out where the guy had gotten his face eaten off by a dog. And
oh my God. Oh,
that thing is pretty disturbing. But in terms of like more disturbing, I'd say some of the stuff I did for Dr. Crane's pretty gross.
Let's see.
That's the fly.
But let's jump back to the.
Sorry, I just wanted to.
Oh,
again, it doesn't do it any justice painted and plasticky like that.
Yeah, no, but that's still because there's.
But the fact that this was still made.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Oh, and honestly, the Resident Evil stuff was cool too. I got to do a lot of weird stuff with Resident Evil because there was characters that weren't quite designed out, so I just kind of went for it. Like the cop, the police officer is wild that we got away with that.
Oh my God.
Yeah, it's wild.
Oh, well, Cho, if you want to bring that up.
What? I'll look for it.
Yeah, if you don't mind. Here we go. Win or lose. This is a great question. Phil, have you ever sculpted your likeness on an action figure?
My friends who I work with say I make everything kind of look like me. I have a big oval head, a pointy little nose.
I see it.
Yeah, there you go. And I have testicles on the top of my head. So, but I did.
Was that the inspiration for this, by the way? Just
no, that was McFarlane design, and that's what everybody called it, was sack head.
Yeah.
But I did when I was a younger, more attractive man. I made my face on Gambit for the first Gambit for Legends.
Wow.
Kind of looks like me. Has the same smirk, but less old and fat. But no, yeah. So yeah, I've been told everything kind of when I make humans, they all kind of look like me.
I believe that's how we all want our own figures, less old and fat. So
Yeah, exactly.
Wait, let's see. Is it all right? Is it this one? Is this the one? Hold on. Boop boop boop. Jumping all over the place. Is that the one? Or no? Was that the right one that you're talking about? Okay.
Wow.
Yeah. My eyes aren't black though.
Right.
I can
Not
see
now anyway. In my 30s, they were pretty black.
There we go. Whoa, Gambit Phil. There you go. And Captain McGay saying that's awesome. I remember some of those Resident Evil ones.
Yeah, we did. Yeah, I put there's like, this is during the OJ thing, the Resident Evil stuff. So the cop's got a black glove in his back pocket. And
oh wow.
Yeah, a donut, a bitten donut. He's got his, actually I have it in front of me because I've been cleaning one to get painted.
Oh, nice.
But like so the head is here. You can't really see it because it's white plastic, but there is a bullet hole in the eye, a bullet that continues through the brain, which is on top of the,
oh my God.
The hat. So yeah, not very politically. It was a wild little figure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Of the time.
Yeah. A lot going on with that
guy. Just what is it? Big bones? I don't even know the proper nomenclature, Matt.
Husky.
But yes, hefty. Yeah, husky.
Husky. I like husky.
Body positive. I did the blob for Hasbro, the first Build-A-Figure blob that they did.
Wow.
Yeah.
I did that.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I designed it. It was cool. That was like the last thing I did for Hasbro.
Oh, that's awesome.
Wow, it's amazing.
By the way, Chris, what am I looking at down here? Am I bringing that up? Are you trying to set something up already?
Not yet,
Do I
but
bring that up yet?
I was gonna get to it, but
no,
if it's time.
Sure. No, I was just saying.
Well, you have so much experience in the field. Like, it's pretty crazy. From what I hear, it's now there's like a level playing field, but I like to believe that, with your toy line, with anyone's toy line nowadays, they need a good story. So, I don't know if you've seen some of my work. I'm a customizer of my own, right? I do like to dabble in it. When I was younger, I had a character myself that I made when I was like 9 or 10 years old. All of us, dreamt of like making that comic book character like Spider-Man or whatever. Yeah. I myself made what I called Laser Man.
Oh, I've heard about this.
So Laser Man, Laser Man is
please show me
really,
Laser Man.
like pretty from what I. Oh wait, you know what? I need to. It's more difficult when I'm not like in control. But here, Yimbo, here, I got to share.
Yeah.
I can't share my second. I just have to show it, I guess.
No, I totally heard about this, dude.
Yeah,
I'm excited.
Well, I spent. Well, no, hold on. That's that. Well, so this had to have been like 2 years ago where I was like, I'm gonna do Laser Man in my own right, and he has some amazing features like an L on his forehead. There's a whole story that we can get back into. I made a little song about that as well.
Oh,
but
nice.
Are you ready to see Laser Man?
I am ready. Let's do this.
I don't think you did the sculpt, by the way. I'm just saying.
Which one is it?
You didn't do this one. I don't think you did.
It's a more recent Legends.
It's okay.
Maybe.
It's a very unique design. I really respect that.
One of a kind, if you.
Yeah.
So,
Phil, I'm not gonna lie though,
but
I think Chris, hold on. I think you've been touching that up. It's like you put a little work into that. I'm just saying.
Really? No, it's.
Is he evolving over time?
No, it's just the where the worn from carrying him from all the toy shows. But the thing about Laserman is his cast of characters. So he has a ton of characters that I've also worked on. This guy is S Storm for
nice.
Fecal Matter. We renamed
Fecal
him.
Matter.
Nice.
I do like the other. This is Diggs Figs made this one for me. It's Sputterman. He has no powers. So the whole idea is that a meteorite hit a farm, and there's you know what?
It
Why don't we just
imbued
play the
everyone
song?
with
Let's just play the
superpowers.
song. It explains everything. Just play the song.
All right, let's do it.
It's been a while since I've done this pitch, so let's just listen, okay?
Okay.
Wait, this is 3 minutes.
Quiet town of Green Meadow, teenage dreams beneath the white sky glow. Larry Laserman thinking of his milking vows, and tending to Mudo, his best friend cow. One fateful day, Mudo kicked too strong. Larry's chest felt the blood, something went wrong. Surgery, chaos, lightning in the air. In that moment of fear, he felt the flare, absorbing the energy, power so
All right.
bright.
I'm calling it audible, Chris.
Is that AI?
Sorry, I'm rocking out on my own.
Did you do that through an AI?
I did, yeah.
Yeah. That stuff is wild, dude.
Guys, you gotta push through that uncomfortable phase of like just staring at each other while listening to the song. That's the whole point of the pitch. We gotta push through that.
I know.
Sorry, breaking a fourth wall. Okay. Jimbo, it's your show. It's your
Here's
show.
my first note.
Okay, wait, I have
a shorter than 3 minute song.
questions here.
No, we're doing it.
Did
No,
the
this is the
meteor
way.
change the milk on the cow?
So he has a best friend. His name's Mudo. But that night the meteorite gave him powers as well. So this is Mudorin. We have Egg Sharon.
Okay.
No relation.
Nice.
We have a blast from your past. This is Hey Man.
Nice.
We got Reflection. And we
fun.
got the
Reflect the
creamiest of
lasers.
the cream. We got the creamiest of the cream. Yim Boner.
Nice. He looks like a good time.
Oh, I get to the gym a lot, way more in action figure form than in real life.
So I don't know, I don't know if you feel a connection between us, but if you ever need anyone for ideas, you know who to go to.
It happens. I love the tongue-in-cheek stuff, man. It's very funny.
Thanks. Well, if you listen to the whole song, we can. We still have time, guys. We still have time.
Is it on Spotify? Let's.
You know what?
Just so you know, Phil,
That's a milestone if that happens.
Yeah.
you're now in our Rolodex, and we never say never about the future of Laserman.
I'll DM you. I'll DM you.
We did a song sort of for one of our characters on the Cursed Dead, and the story is you might enjoy the story.
Yeah, let's hear it.
An alien comes to Earth, is like he's kind of like I would say a mentally ill alien who gets really into Earth culture and Earth lore, and he gets really stuck on Santa Claus. So he's super into Santa Claus, and he decides that he's going to come to Earth and do the thing that Santa Claus can't do, because he knows that Santa Claus doesn't like kids staying up late to catch a glimpse of him. So he's taking it upon himself to dress like Santa Claus in the most unhinged, kind of fentanyl-based way. And if he catches kids, he creeps into houses. And if he catches kids trying to stay up late to look at Santa Claus, he skins them and or takes body parts from them and puts them on his Christmas tree.
Dear Lord, I was about to say this guy could be in the Laserverse up until that last part.
Yeah. He's a child killer. Yeah.
Woo.
Wow.
That's the Grandpa Claus. And we did a little like kind of songy, like nod to Nightmare Before Christmas. It's in the Kickstarter somewhere. and we did a little song, did a little voice thing. Yeah, so we did a song too.
Yeah, but we should hop back onto that Kickstarter page
that's
to
what I'm
look
doing
at
right
that
now. Yes, sir.
figure, because now that I know the backstory, I'm interested in this figure.
Yeah, the Crankle Claws. That's what he calls
See,
it.
I mean, isn't it fun creating songs? Even though
Oh yeah.
it's so much fun.
Josh and I were in bands together. I love making music.
Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah.
So you should. Are you? Did you release that song on that?
No, it's just like a little fun little throwaway thing we did.
You should put it up. So
That's
cool.
very cool. See, I have a hard time listening to.
Did you trick your parents to think you're asleep? Did you hide under the couch to catch them? All naughty children, make your peace, because Crankle Claws will make you his treat. He'll grab you by your feet, you can't break free. He'll skin you while you beg and scream. He'll hang all your parts from his Christmas tree. It's an awful sight for all who've seen. So get under your covers, go to bed. You don't want the Crankle to scalp your head. He is Santa's biggest fan and does the things that Santa can't. Hide your eyes before he plucks them out. You don't want your parents to hear that awful shout. Beware the Crankle Claws. Beware the Crankle Claws. Beware the Crankle Claws.
Oh, that's awesome.
Did you stay up late?
Who did the voice work? Who did the
That is
voice
terrifying for the record.
You don't want to hear his fucking voice. Sorry, it's cursing. You don't want to hear his voice. It's pretty sick. I did the voices.
You
Oh,
did.
you did?
That's what I was saying. I was about to say. Was that from you?
Yeah. I also did the
Dude.
voice at the end, the creepy voice. I did that
Yeah.
as well.
Oh, well done.
Thanks, man.
Oh man. Yeah. So you
Good
guys
job,
again.
and
You're
the
having a
lore behind
blast with
that
this.
character. People should
What's
be
that?
into it.
He's the
that's-
most
that's
twisted
what's-
I would think of the bunch.
Yeah.
I would say that. Yeah.
Yeah. He came. I think he's the last one. Well, besides the stretch goal stuff that I did. Had the idea. I wrote this like the rhyming thing, and then I read it to kids, and they were horrified. And they were like, "Is that real?" And I was like, "No, I just made it up." And then the reaction was pretty solid, so I was like, "Oh, I'll start designing this thing. It sounds pretty funny."
That's a solid ad when you get there of you just sitting in like a library reading the story to children.
Yeah,
Just getting their panned reactions.
Yeah. Well, it's funny because Adam played it for his kid, and like all the guys that we sent it around, like we play it for their kids, and the kids are just like, "What? This is creepy. Like, I don't like this."
Mm.
So yeah, it's a fun one.
Yeah.
I really like Gordy. I think
Yeah, Gordy's a good. I think Gordy's the. If I was to put money on a thing that could get made, it's Gordy.
Yeah. It's
Gordy.
pumpkin heads, man. What is it
know.
about pumpkin heads?
Well, the thing
Yeah.
with that one, I've never seen a pumpkin head with like multiple faces.
Yeah.
So I did a drawing of it, and then the story came after, which is
that one's cool.
guy gets a kid. His family has a pumpkin patch. He's got some problems. Local kids mess with him, and they end up beating him up and killing him. And he comes back as this thing. The vine's gonna grow into him. He comes back as this thing to exact his revenge. And every time he gets rid of one of the adults now, he gets a new face on his pumpkin. So if it was a movie, by the end, it would be faces everywhere.
Cool. They kill him in a pumpkin patch, right?
Yep.
Okay.
That's
in
cool.
his own family's pumpkin patch. And that's this paint job here is Punker Mike. I don't know if you know.
And
that.
I was about to.
Man.
It's right here, Gordy. Punker Mike,
good.
thank you for being here, man.
Yeah, Punker Mike did that and took those pictures. Yeah,
Yeah.
crushed it.
And
He
some of those I
worked
saw. Cheney 180, Punter Mike. These are great. Look at these pictures.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man.
Well, if you want Laserman colors on your Gordy, you know where to
The Laserman colors are pretty accurate to the laser gun that comes with Dr. Scante.
go. Ooh, good
Yes,
transition.
that's
Go
what
to it.
Yep. No, that's where I'm doing. That's where I'm going right now. There he is.
Yeah, there's so that
Perfect.
laser
Oh,
gun
cool.
is and we'll be posting it, but Erwin Papa drew Scante and colored it and worked his. You guys know him?
Yeah.
Savage. And yeah, he did a drawing and it's amazing. And we're gonna post it. It looks fantastic. It looks straight up like a comic book. It's awesome.
Yeah.
And he painted it. The gun is yellow and red, similar to Laser Man.
Yeah. Hey,
Interesting.
a connection.
It all comes together. It's
It does.
Yeah.
By the way, our buddy Danny did the house, Toy Addict 17. How you doing, Danny boy?
Hey,
And he
Danny.
said, "Yep, this line of toys is for me." He is a horror fanatic, so
It was
this
Danny's
is-
birthday
this
on
is-
Thursday, I believe. So
Yeah,
happy birthday.
belated
Friday.
Yeah.
Friday.
Yeah,
Friday.
I'm a big horror fan, so I love this stuff. I've seen so much of sorry, KJ Smith, you are correct.
Yeah, here he is.
Um
There you go. All right.
yeah, so that story, KJ Smith, read the story on Dr. Scante and enjoy. Don't read it
there we
now,
go.
but you
No,
know,
no, we'll save it.
whenever anybody
But
gets to it.
But that's just so everybody knows. So the two cool things, and again, you have these individual stories. So again, if you just join the stream at any point, Phil and I kicked off. He was saying how like each of these individual figures, they are connected, but it's a standalone, like a.
Yeah,
I'm trying to think. What
If
was
it
the
was like an
Crypt
anthology.
Keeper shows?
Yeah, like
the
an
Crypt Keeper
anthology.
anthology show.
Anthology.
Yeah.
So each character is its own horror movie or horror television show or comic book. And at the end, if we go further with this, it's a way bigger story where the demons are like the old dead, and these are the new dead, the new monsters.
Okay.
But they're not humans. So yeah, everything is dead. Everything is it's demons and the dead. So humans can't mess with demons because they're human and alive, but the dead can. So
that's awesome.
It's a much bigger fight at the end if this goes anywhere. But
so you're saying this gets backed, toys get made. There's going to be an end game.
We have like I have so many figures that are like already made. I have so many things that are already built, and I have like I've shown them before, but we had a medium body. I'm afraid to pull them out because we printed 2-ups. So as soon as I show 2-ups, everybody in the chat usually is like, "Those are awesome. They're huge." And I'm like, "They're not going to be this big."
Got it.
But yeah, they're like, we built a werewolf, and from the werewolf body, we built a guy that I called Pig. Who's a pig man who wears a human face because he's pretending to be a human.
Oh God! It's
and
like
he has
Dr. Pym.
He's the result of a very lonely farmer and a very sad pig.
Are these neighboring to the laser farm?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I think he was drinking the Mobius juice.
I don't think you got the full origin. Should we play the music? I did DM you that link, by the way. You can listen to that song.
Cool. I will.
So what I wanted to just point out to everybody that what was really great is that you have all of these stories. So if you're somebody that does like to get into the lore of your stories, you have lore here. You have a promise of the future. You know, like again, there's more to come. And then what's really great too is that they can serve, again, if you don't want to use them with the lore and just use them with your own imagination, they allow for that flexibility, which is so awesome. And another big thing, and I heard Brick and Adam talking about it, and it's something that the three of us, whenever we have, you know, toy makers come on here, and it's very clear that this is very much a passion project, and I know that that's something that, you know, our toy community connects with. So
yeah,
it's
definitely
really
a passion project.
Yeah,
I've spent about a good solid 10 or 11 months of my life making this, like, and I mean 10 or 11 months over the course of 4.5 years.
Yeah, that's incredible. And these are amazing, dude. Like, again.
Well, thank you. Appreciate it.
Look at that. Awesome skulls. Seriously.
The skull, all the characters come with an extra skull, and it's painted the exact same color as the figure. So if you want to pop the heads off and put a skull on, you can. The only one that doesn't come with a skull is the crane figure. That's the fly, because it's just there was so much tooling on that guy, extra tooling. He has a lot of extra tooling.
Yeah, here he is again.
Yeah,
that's good. Look at again compared to when you were scrolling through and seeing everybody else. Yeah, there's a lot to him.
Yeah, so I did like a modular thing.
Yeah.
So we're still using the same base body, but we don't add an arm, and I made a thing that kind of clamshells on the torso that locks that arm into place. And the arm is a lot of just popped in ball pivots, so that it's not a lot of work to put it together, and you can kind of move it around and do whatever you want with it. But yeah, there's a lot of moving parts on that guy.
Yeah, that's so cool.
And the hand there is a remnant of his human self.
Oh, over here on the right?
Yeah. It's kind of like hanging off of it's like a balled up hand that's fallen off.
Oh. Yeah. Oof.
Yeah. That was fun to make. Same thing with the Wendigo. Comes with basically a human arm chew toy that can be doubled as a club.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dope.
It's got like bites on it. It's anatomically generally correct. I may have made a few modifications, but for the most part, it's anatomically correct and very chewed up. And in paint, it's got like frostbite. It looks insane. I saw it for the first time at Frankenstein's.
Okay.
Painted hand. It looks wild.
Damn. And
what is the story for Wendigo?
The rich guy trying to hunt a deer gets stuck in a cave during a snowstorm and finds something in the cave, and the thing finds him. He gets cursed with the curse of the Wendigo. Is like you have a constant hunger. It's an old mythology. You're just constantly hungry. So that's why he's like, you have all the scratch lines in his face. It's just like peeling tastes. And he has no lips because he's eating through them. Oh. And he wears the skull is like, if that was a real deer, it would be in the most amazing amount of pain. Everything about it is abnormal. So even the teeth grow out like that.
Oh God. Yeah.
Dark stuff, guys. Dark stuff.
No, for sure. But
I'm sorry.
Again, just had to go back to Cheney one of these pictures here. Look at that.
Cheney's pictures are awesome.
Oof.
Amazing.
You could see, if you really get in there, like we made his eyes like glowing white. So when you put that skull on, you can really see the eyes pierce through it.
Yeah.
Cool. Oh yeah, you can see it.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
Incredible.
Punker Mike asked about the box art.
Oh, so the box art is going to be for packaging. We're going to do VHS tapes for the newer Dead, and it'll have it'll look like an oversized VHS tape, which will be worn and like look like you're from your video store for all those older folks that remember those days.
Of
Yeah.
course.
And it'll pack out from the bottom so you can remove it, mess with your toy, and put it back if you want to keep it in the package. It'll have an opening so that you can see the figure and it's not just boxed. And then we're going to take that same framework, and for the demons, it's going to be books, like old school, like Necronomicon looking book.
Oh, cool. I like
And
that.
so you'll have like two different kinds of characters in the same kind of world. So
That's
the packaging
very
will be the
cool.
same, but it'll be different.
And assuming this time you're gonna have your name on the back, right?
You know, I didn't even think about it, to be honest.
I think you should.
Adam will probably make that happen. Yeah, I did. I know what? That's hilarious. I swear to God, I didn't even think about that.
That
Jeez, dude, that's hilarious. Still, I haven't learned my lesson, dude.
well, because it
That's what I'm
hasn't
here
been
for.
built into your mental
Yeah,
the routine.
And be
Told you
sure
I
to
was
steal the
very
gray models and put it on your shelf.
Yeah, exactly.
And I'm sorry, I can't. I was looking for the chat. There was somebody that had mentioned that like NECA does include the painters and sculptors on their packaging, and it is a nice touch. You know, it does
we'll
go a
probably
long
do
way.
it like I've seen it done where it's like Mondo does it sometimes as well. It's like credits. That's how we'll work ours in. We'll do like credits.
Oh, that's
Oh,
cool.
okay.
Yeah, on the
Like a
VHS.
scroll from a back of a movie.
Yeah,
cool.
Oh, got it.
Yeah.
that's perfect. That's perfect.
Yeah.
That's fantastic.
And for the book, it's an inside author liner.
Yeah, exactly.
Captain McKay said that Wendigo grabbed my attention the most out of that whole wave.
Yep.
Bat for Scrumps, again, we're just happy you're here, man. This is so nice.
Never
Thank
late.
you for being
Never.
here. And he also said, McKay, the VHS box art idea sounds awesome. It really does. It's so great. And
And
KJ.
The pictures will be the pictures in the back will be like, so if it's a VHS tape, it's like the Cursed Dead is a show essentially.
Mhm.
And on the back, you'll see all the episodes will be each of the characters, and each one will have, I think, if we do it correctly, will have its own kind of like classic monster art, like it's a TV show, like a movie. Like we've been battling that one back and forth because of I want it to look like Mike just did this.
Yeah,
it's really
so
cool.
Yeah.
I want it to look like an homage to older like posters, but we'll see if we can get away with that.
All right. Again, some of the business decisions. Again, the stuff that we out here just as action figure fans, like you guys. Again, there's so many other, I'm sure, decisions and just approvals and all sorts of stuff.
It's like, well, it's more like cease and desist orders if you know
that.
you don't have the
No idea what you're talking about.
I
No
down
idea.
below. No worries at all. Completely
No worries.
original.
Yeah. We don't want to interfere with anybody's IP.
Yeah, so like I guess that's a good question. Like when I saw Wendigo or some of the
Wendigo's a old, like I believe it's a Native American folklore.
Yes. So that was like up for grabs.
Yeah, everything. That's why we picked all this stuff, and we still ended up creating our own IP around it by telling a story that was unique to each character.
Got it.
But it isn't something that we're trying to sell like a TV show or a comic book or like some of the stuff that's come out by independent toy companies are like really cool IPs that could go on to do all sorts of stuff. And we were like, we can do this, but we also, just in case, want it to be something that can stand alone. Each one can stand alone on its own.
Yimbo, being from the Jersey area, really wants the Jersey Devil.
Yeah.
That'd be so awesome.
I would like to, I don't want it to look like the drawings though. The drawings.
No.
Well, no, that's like a
it's like a snake with a horse head, you know?
Yeah.
I just like wings taped onto it. No, I'd go wild with that thing. Yeah, for sure.
Coming out of the cranberry bugs.
Yeah, exactly.
By the way, we have unboxing art in the house. What's going on, Art?
What's up, Art?
And Phil, I wanted to put this up because KJ again, stretch goal tees. Like we have a couple up here. Anything else that you want to?
Well, the stretch goal is, I mean,
Yeah.
we're nowhere near it, but Adam wanted me to make a Gilman, and I was like, "Oh, I'm not gonna." It's all kind of been done. So I made a angler man, like a anglerfish was the basis idea for it. So huge underjaw and all that. He was really opposed to the hello. He was really sorry. My dog is.
It's all good. What's up, puppy?
It just scrambles. I don't know if she has to go out or not, but so it's an anglerfish, man. I called it the Mangler, and it doesn't have the little beako on the top of its head. We got rid of that. Adam was very against it. So he's got his eyes are glowing instead of the glowing apparatus that kind of gets fish involved. But it's very much like Creature of the Black Lagoon-ish, but not the same. I did some stuff with the feet that I've never seen done with fishmen, because I thought if you're gonna swim, it should have more of a fin to it. So I changed the feet around a lot and added a bunch of stuff to it.
Oh, that sounds interesting.
Yeah. It looks it's cool. It'll be cool.
Okay.
Yeah. Spent some time on that sucker, designing, sitting down and drawing weird feet and hands. Yeah.
So I'm looking at all the different like packages that you can get. Like the all basic figures is $190, and the all deluxe figures are $325 for all four. Like if there were like two musts, what would you say are the musts?
My two favorite, I mean, I don't know. Wendigo is pretty great, but Dr. Crane was the figure that, for me, I built that with the intention that, like I told you, I've done it in my past, where like I'm going to build this thing, and even if it doesn't work or I don't get paid for it, I'm going to have this on my shelf. So Crane is 100%. That's going to be, if this Kickstarter doesn't work, it's going to be on my shelf. So Crane that one is pretty exceptional looking. And I do really love, in terms of I really do. It's kind of like, well, who's your favorite kid, you know?
Sure.
But I love Gordy. I think he's a cool like character. But I mean, every one of them has their own kind of thing to it, you know? Dr. Sconti is really cool. It's kind of like, who's your favorite kid?
Yeah, no, and they all have different ways of speaking to our various fandoms, and
it's really cool I've had a couple opportunities where people have come up to me and told me which one spoke to them, and they're like, I only got these, but that's because I like this and I like that. And I'm like, oh, that's cool. They're kind of like doing research on what speaks to people.
So again, you guys have all the different options and tiers broken down. You can do the all 9 figures for $515.
This is all Adam's
the early bird.
Yeah, I know very little about this.
But yeah, I was just trying to scroll through to let everybody see what you're getting. And again, you will not be charged unless the campaign is successful, which we are all hoping for, in 13 days. So
yeah, that's why you got to back it now.
Yeah,
so that it can be.
As Adam says, they don't charge you until February. I can't do it because I don't have a high female, low testosterone voice. But he says something like, they don't charge you until February 1st. So add money and do it, and then change it at the end. You could do whatever you want at the end.
That's
if you put the money in now, then you can get then you can get the stretch goals unlocked.
Yeah, that's true.
That's really close. Machu has a good question, and actually it's the reason why I'm interested in Drinker, because the articulation looks interesting to me. And
articulation's wild. That's Adam's. He was very particular about this, but that thing, if you pull up the best way to show the articulation is to show the working model, which it should be in there underneath the Drinker. It can do. It's got like 4 points of articulation. There you go. Those pictures. you can really crotch this guy into like a ball, basically.
Yeah, that's cool.
He's got a lot of articulation in his torso. Everything's hinged up, and it's all hidden pretty well because of the sculpt design. Yeah, you can do a lot with this figure.
Yeah, I like that shoulder setup too for front and back.
Cool.
That's going to get a lot.
Yeah, we had Renee.
These are actual no chewing poses too. Weird.
Yeah.
So we got last one, butt out.
Yeah. We had our Renee Alderad helped us get that right because he's just a genius with the articulation.
Yeah, look at that, man. Oof.
Yeah, for me, this is the one to get. That head sculpt, the screamy head sculpt, is really interesting. I could use that.
And Phil, there you go. Josh wants that autograph edition. You might have to talk to Adam about adding that tier. There we go. I know I get a couple extra to get the creator signature on one. See?
If you see me in person, just ask me and I'll ruin your toy for you.
KJ wants to know if these are going to be at will they be available at Big Bad or any other retailers after the Kickstarter?
We're figuring that out now. So it's still yet to be determined, but it's being worked on.
Josh really likes your impression, by the way.
I buy stuff from Big Bad, so
yeah. Let's see. Insane amount of articulation from the Collecting Brothers. Thanks for being here. And then literally says, Phil, the inflections on the add money line was actually really good. Sounds just like that.
I made sure to sit on my male parts when I did it. That's how I got that. That's how I got the sound out.
Oh my God. And Machu goes, got to mess with the drinker at Decon. The articulation is really good. And Phil, like, Machu's like, he's our magical Machu that knows. We trust his articulation judgment very much.
Yeah. We had the figures at Frankenstein's, and people were able to kind of mess around with them. Yeah. When you see him in person, it's there's a lot more to it. I do have to say the photography is great, but when you see him in hand, there's just a lot to it.
I feel bad that I didn't ask to mess with it because I actually had a drinker in my house at one point.
That's what Adam was saying.
But it wasn't like shipped to me, so I never opened it. I didn't want to mess with anybody.
You didn't ask. You didn't ask the question. Is it cool?
I should have picked it up. I got too nervous. It was there on Wade's tape. Basically,
and then it was in your car, and then you had to.
You were the plug. You got it there, dude.
I know. So Phil, now you know. I wanted to quit while I was ahead. I didn't want to like knock over the odious Dio, break a drinker. I was just trying to be hands in my pockets. Like,
oh, dude, I don't. I'm like, okay, I'm like 6'4", and I'm heavy-handed. I think it's from sculpting for so long. I purposely don't touch anything. I break everything, dude. Like, even when I was at Frankenstein's, I like would pick up a thing and like look at it and then just put it back. I didn't want to mess with anything.
Right.
Like, everything, dude. Adam's literally like, don't touch it. Don't touch it.
You asked me like before the stream about drinking, and at San Diego Comic-Con in our little content creator house, Chewy had a brand new Revoltech Wolverine, and after a couple of little tries, I was just like, "Oh, let me see that!" Oh, and he goes, "I'm like, please stop, please stop."
Yeah.
Me and Machu are gently like posing Wolverine, and Yimbo goes around, like, "Look at the articulation." It's like swinging his arm in a circle like 4 times. I'm like, oh my God.
I've yet to not break a NECA figure the instant I touched it. So I just don't mess with them anymore. My buddies would buy them and be like, dude, check this out. I'd be like, oh my God, that's so cool. And instantly just, all right, here, sorry. I broke the
my
ankle.
bad.
I always break the ankle.
Oh, the ankles, man. I know. They're tough. Josh says, no wonder Wade likes Phil. He poops on Adam lovingly.
Yeah.
And Machu's, he also had the drinker in his house too, but didn't mess with him until he took it out for Decon, and he had it for a week. There you go. See, I didn't want to. Again, Phil, I'm not going to be walking out of a company with like resin molds in my pocket.
Yeah, exactly. I wouldn't touch it either. I'm right with you.
Yeah,
I'm literally like, here's the box.
Yeah,
I break this.
Yes.
I do this. If it's broken, it has nothing to do with me.
Wade kept being like, Wade, where do you want these boxes? Well, we don't have to get no. I need these out of my hands.
Yeah, exactly.
I need this.
Yeah, that's how I approach everything. Like, I don't want to be responsible for this.
Right.
Don't put it in front of me. If I touch it, it will be broken. Please get this out of my life.
Well, this is fantastic, Phil. You get to report back. At the very, very least, we have Captain McKay. Adam McKay. I don't know where I'm coming. Captain McKay coming through with some pew pews. There we go. So he backed the Wendigo and the two-pack. Excellent. So that is really great, man.
Much appreciated.
Phil, dude, I told you at the start. Again, I know you guys have been going nonstop, even splitting duties tonight. So we didn't want to take up your whole evening, but again, we've been having a blast. So I know you might need to take your doggy for a walk. You might need to get some food.
He's unfortunately like doing the looking at me with like the eyes of, dude, we got to do this. Like,
yeah. Mess. All right. Well, Phil, honestly, this has been such a blast.
Oh yeah, dude, this is fun, man.
Awesome,
I
Phil.
appreciate meeting all of you guys. And
so I don't want you to leave yet. Just want to do a quick reminder because we'll do a little outro. But again, everybody,
we got to play the song too, right? Is that what we're doing?
The laser song?
Back 30 seconds, perhaps.
No, sorry, that was the mood. Yeah.
But again, everybody, thank you so much for hanging out with us this evening. We appreciate, again, you giving up any part of your life listening to us talk about toys.
Oh, and in
this case, a really incredible toy line. So I do hope we get to have these things. Yeah, we just got to back them. So this is, again, you guys are putting in the work. Again, passion project, the talent, creativity, all of your years of experience. So I wish you guys, again, the best, man.
If this happens, guys, I won't be on the street. Nobody wants to see that.
Yeah.
No.
I'm not attractive enough to be on the street. It'll be bad.
There's a market for male feet on OnlyFans.
The problem is you're too attractive to be on the street.
There you go.
Yimbo, do you want to put the link to the Kickstarter in your chat so that people...
So it was at the very, very beginning. I know. I just couldn't
right now to be like, hey.
Oh yeah.
Click.
Yeah, I got you, Yimbo. You close it out. I got you.
No, he doesn't allow us to put links.
No, really?
That's why I said it.
Oh, my bad.
It doesn't?
No.
Is it just going to be link after link of your song?
Here's the link, guys.
It's pinned. All right.
Perfect. It is pinned. There it is again. Just dropped in there. Thank you, Matt. So again, Phil,
troll people like that. It's like, hey, just a link.
15 links.
That's a great idea. That's a fantastic idea.
And I just want to remind everybody that tomorrow night, again, the Toy Daddies will be back for the Toy Pick Community Top 10. We have a giveaway thanks to Go Figure Go for providing some gift cards and accessories. So that'll be handled. Again, the Get to Giveaway streak continues. So all good? Did we do all the things?
All the things. You checked all the boxes.
Okay. And it says to just check it out. Oh, yeah, but it's in it. It's multiple times. Anyway, guys. So, Phil, thank you so much. Go back to Cursed Dead, everybody.
Absolutely.
There we go.
Thank you for having me. Pleasure to meet you guys. Pleasure to chop it up with you.
Absolutely.
Yeah, definitely. That was fun.
Man. Later.
Yeah, love it.
TPC and Toy Daddies. TPC and Toy Daddies.
Toy Daddies unite. Let's celebrate. Top 10 photos that make us salivate. Through the camera's eye, see the stories told. Loving toys forever, young hearts bold.